The average car price in America hit $50,000. That's a big jump from 10 years ago, when you could get a good car for less than $35,000. And why is that? The cars are getting more and more expensive, and it is because of the modern features they come with, right? Wrong. Infotainment screens, leather seats, and premium paint. Most of these make your car look expensive, but are cheaper than you think. While you're shelling out more and more for luxuries in your car, the car companies are getting creative with cutting costs, and they don't care even if that risks your life. Yes, they're corner cutting, even if it puts your life at risk. Here is a breakdown of how companies are cheaping out on materials while still getting away with high prices. Innovation. We all love it, but especially the companies, because the most common way they take money out of your pocket is by telling you that they are selling some modern technology, like this infotainment screen in Mercedes-Benz S-Class. While this does look luxurious, it is actually a cheaper alternative to the traditional car controls. The same goes for the electronic gear shifting. The manual PRNDL gear shifter is now being replaced with these buttons, while they may look fancy to you. Again, the real purpose of their introduction was that they're cheaper. Let me explain. You see, a traditional shifter was connected to the gearbox using cables, rods, and bushings. The electronic system replaces them with wires, which reduces the cost. And yet, the prices increase. Many other innovations may or may not be cheaper, but are completely useless. Take the steering wheel. This is how a typical steering wheel used to look, and this is today's steering wheel. Car companies are moving your car control buttons to the steering. To market this innovation, the companies will tell you that you don't need to extend your hand and reach for the controls on the dashboard. Sure, this will save a lot of your time, and better yet, you might accidentally press these buttons from time to time. There used to be just one control on your steering wheel, the horn. Now, with all these extra buttons, it can be a struggle to find that one thing that actually matters. Another prime example of useless innovations is Tesla's door handle. Sure, they look modern and high-tech, but are they necessary? I don't think so. Some people might find them visually appealing, but most don't care, and it's not like they are always convenient. Yes, they get stuck in the winter, and after receiving complaints from users, Tesla has now found a solution to the problem that they created. You can now unlock your car door using the mobile application. How convenient. Why open the door by pulling the handle when you can use your phone to open it? And just like any other technology, it might malfunction at times too. And what about the door handles inside your car? Well, they are all now electric buttons, meaning if they malfunction, you might get stuck unless you know how to find the manual openers. But don't worry, I'm going to tell you where you can find them. For the front seat of your car, they are usually by the door handle, and for the back seat. Well, that depends on your car's model. So in short, if your door's electric button ever malfunctions and you need to get out of the car, there are only this many places you'll have to look. And if you're in a hurry, don't worry. You can always jump to the front seat. Now, to be fair, not all modern features are useless. Some are actually handy, and the extra cost for them in luxury cars makes sense. But here's the thing, you will end up paying for them. And no, I don't mean how it affects the car's cost. You need to pay for them again. Let me explain. This is a BMW iX. It comes with heated seats so you can sit comfortably in cold weather. When you purchased the car, you bought it with the hardware and connectivity required for the feature. But to actually use it, BMW requires you to pay an additional $18 per month. BMW introduced this subscription back in 2023 and then withdrew after a year of strong backlash. Some other companies, however, still make you pay for certain features in your car, which should have been paywalled when you bought the car. For example, some of Tesla's cars come with an acceleration boost feature, which would reduce 0 to 60 miles per hour time by 0.4 to 0.5 seconds, but cost you a whopping $2,000. Similarly, to use Audi's navigation system after a free trial, you'd need to pay them over $60 every month. It's not just a few companies. They're all doing this. Cutting corners, jacking up prices, making you pay for features, and risking your safety. All this makes you wonder whether these cars are even worth it. Paying for such features may be frustrating, but at least you know what you're doing. The worst part is when you spend to upgrade your car, but in reality, you're just getting a downgrade. Let's take a look at how modern cars are painted. They're shiny, polished, luxurious, and look expensive. But underneath, the paint is now thinner than ever, so even a slight dent can make the color come off. Compare this to old cars from the 1980s on which the paint would remain intact even after a deadly crash. And yes, old cars from the 1980s are a better experience than new cars in almost every aspect. We actually made a video on it. which you can check out here. Anyway, your car's paint failing to survive a crash is one thing, but the entire car not surviving is a much bigger issue. Most modern cars have bodies made of thin steel and plastics. While this keeps weight down and efficiency up, it also means the car's structure isn't designed to take a hit and stay intact. In older cars, damage was often localized. Today, a moderate collision can turn your car into a full structural write-off. And this leads us to the core of modern safety: crumple zones and airbags. They are compensating because the structure alone cannot protect you. Crumple zones are designed to sacrifice the car in a controlled manner to save the passenger. Extra airbags complete the system. When everything collapses around you, the airbags deploy to bridge the gap between human survival and mechanical failure, but they only work once. You can replace them, but it is not an easy task. You'll need to replace everything from sensors to the airbags, making the cost so high that most people won't pay for it, and the new cars aren't a safer alternative without them. And the crumble zones, while they do absorb the impact, can compromise your car's entire structure, meaning that if you survive, your wallet won't. It is almost as if they want you to buy a new car rather than try to repair your existing one. New cars do have some advantages too, but the overall price point feels unjustified, especially with a lot of these features just to cut corners and make higher profits for the car companies. Some of these features are so useless that we wonder why it is even here. There's no denying that modern cars have gotten smarter and more advanced. The problem is that it didn't happen with your safety or convenience as a priority, but rather to make profits for the shareholders. What do you think is the worst feature in modern cars? What innovation do you think is most useless or most harmful? Share with us your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to stay tuned.